Welcome to Sapien Analysis.
We were the first class to graduate as undergraduates at Yale, as female undergraduates.
Oh, okay.
So the first women came to Yale in 1969, and
Right.
some came as freshmen, some came as sophomores, and I was in the class that came in as juniors. So we were the oldest. We all were transfers. I was transferring from Clark, where I was a science major. And one of the things that attracted me about Yale, they had a co-ed week where they invited women to come and participate in classes, is that nobody seemed bothered by the fact that I was smart. And, many women, and I think this is true for if you look at women like Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris and other women, if you're smart and independent and, speak your mind, you get a fair amount of flack for it.
Right.
Nobody criticizes how men's hair is being done or whether they're wearing the right clothes, right? And so I got told I was too smart.
Oh, wow.
And, and I didn't really want to dumb it down. And so
Right.
I was very happy at Clark. I was just elected to student government, but Yale went co-ed, and I thought, well, that was interesting. So I applied, and much to my shock, I got in.
Right.
And we were all supposed to be Amazons, we were. And one thing that a professor did say is that the women and the people that were admitted then who were non-traditional, including people who had to be work study, is that we had to be really smart to get in. And so therefore, Yale had a history of having a lot of students who were legacies, which means that their parents had gone to Yale, so they went to Yale, and it was sort of like a network. And we came in and we were going to learn, and we were going to work hard. And so the professor said we kind of raised the level of discourse a bit. But what I found out and didn't appreciate at the time was that they basically picked us to be smart, independent, and not need any help because they weren't going to give us any. So there was never any time when they brought even the women together.
Right.
Or there was no support group for women.
Yeah.
And there was just, here you are, go.
Right. I understand. Oh, wow. That's
So most of us, we did a survey among ourselves years later and discovered most of us felt isolated. Most of us felt somewhat alienated. And really what we did is we all worked hard. So we had better grades the first quarter, which totally was, like, oh my God, they're taking over. And, nobody noticed that the University of Vienna had women starting in 1700. So it was like Yale had invented women. But I didn't really appreciate it. I didn't take
right.
science that seriously. People had told me I was good at science, but wasn't necessarily, I just sort of floated into things, and I floated into Yale. And it wasn't until one of my reunions when all the women got together that I looked around and I said, my God, what exciting, interesting people. And hey, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And so it really gave me a sense of empowerment that, we were brought to be independent, and we were brought to be, self-motivated, and to, and all of us were. And that I really had a sense of respect, both for the women that I had gone to school with, but also, as I said, for myself as a clinician and what I had to offer. So it paid off in the long run.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that experience. I mean, this is exceptionally inspiring, and for a lot of people, definitely for women who are actually still, trying to find their way in the world. I personally think that it's not almost, it should be a movie as well, like any of those inspiring movies. The first women batch of Yale. So that would be fascinatingly inspiring. I really like inspiring movies. So I actually watch a lot of inspirational movies. Like one of those are October Sky.
That was wonderful.
That's a wonderful movie,
Yeah.
and many of them. I think the other one is, I'm forgetting the name. I love that movie. Those I think 4 African American women who were in NASA for the first.
Yeah, I know. And they were Black, if I remember.
Yes.
They weren't allowed to even use the bathroom.
Yes.
And but they actually did all of the calculations pre-computers for
Exactly.
Apollo 13.
That put John Glenn in space.
Right.
This video is brought to you by Allura Online. If you love our fantastic videos, guess what? Allura Online can create amazing content for you too. Want to elevate your brand with top-notch videos? Check out the Fiverr link in the description or send a private email for more details. Act now and snag some exclusive discounts. Don't miss out. Contact Allura Online today and take your content to the next level.